Right. Big waves to you. Happy Thursday. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Double waves to you. It's been a good week. The words this week were timely for this guy, at least. They were timely. I really appreciate them. But this morning, I'm going to jump right into it because, you know, I always want to recognize the people on the coach's corner as much as we possibly can. And we've been talking about Lance McAllister, and I said I was going to bring him on. And Lance, if you could go ahead, if we make you, we've made you a co-host, if you're going to mute your line. But Lance is about to go into a meeting in just a little bit. But I just wanted to talk to him a little bit about these three things, and I want you to think about them this morning. And as he shares with them, like shares with you what he did, or maybe maybe look for a nugget to how you can help yourself, right? I believe you learn with the intent to teach. I believe you do with the intent to grow and then have the knowledge to share it with others. And so Lance just went through that. He crossed the finish line. He is an Ironman, forever and always an Ironman. And I look back, and just a few weeks ago, Lance had an accident. Lance was hurting. Lance took a fall, big fall. And he got back up. And I really was surprised, to be honest, that he competed for the Ironman despite all the distractions, but he did. And so the things that I want to talk to Lance about this morning, because I think I'll gain knowledge for myself that I'll be able to use in my daily walk, is mental game, daily activity, consistency. How important was it? And community support, surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded people that are going somewhere. So, Lance, thank you, buddy. Thanks for being an inspiration to us, and congratulations for competing. Maybe everybody give him some love in the comment again. And we've been giving him love, so he'd be the first to tell you. And he's been saying this. But Lance, thanks for being here. Congratulations. But let's talk about the mental game. We all know you competed for the Ironman, but what about, I've heard you say it, the mental game was probably bigger than anything about preparation for the Ironman. But I'm going to turn it to you, buddy.
Well, thanks, Coach, and thanks everybody for, like, again, for all the love and support. But on the mental game, I think I learned more about the mental game after I completed my goal versus like building that muscle prior to. Looking back, I can say that, I had this huge goal of completing an Ironman, and I knew what I needed to focus on. I wasn't a great swimmer, and I was okay biking and running. So I spent a lot of time at the swimming pool, not realizing part of the mental game was myself telling me, you need to be at the pool and swim. So, and I think everybody has a good mental game. We are just easily distracted. And the way the world is set up, it's easy to get distracted. There's so many flashy things out there that pulls us in this direction, that direction. So for your mental game, you have to, for me, I realized what my triggers were that brought me to another place. Now, when it was time to go to work on whatever task that was for that day, I realized my mind was focused on that particular task. And then I needed to get that done so I could move on to the next task, because I still had a job. I still needed to provide for my family, even though it looked like I trained 24/7 on social media. My focus needed to be on what I needed to get done at that moment. So, and I didn't realize I was doing that then. Now that I look back, I realize I do have focus. I did focus in on the right things at the right time and prioritize it. So, looking at that as in the business sense as well, what we focus on is what we're going to attack. And if we're not, I focused on the swim. I did really well in my swim this year. When I focused on training, it was training. When it was time to go to work, I went to work. When it was family time, I focused on the family. And that's just all realizing that scrolling through Facebook while I'm sitting down with my family is not giving them the attention they need. Worrying about work when I'm in the swimming pool or riding the bike is not me focusing on my form. So on mental focus, we all have it. We just need to recognize when we're not focused on our goal.
I said, Lance, wow. How about that? I mean, think about that. Like every single one of us are competing for something. Like something's going on in your life right now you're competing for. Are you mentally focused on where you're going? And I think about myself right now. We got this Catalyst Club we're making a move for, and I have been more focused on personally recruiting than I have in a long time. And we could tie it into that. You could tie it into your health journeys. You could tie it into, whatever you want to tie it into. But Lance, let me ask you this. So you're focused, but then what about your daily? You kind of said this, but what about your daily activity? Like so many times it's like I got these people right here, right? I got to make a call before lunch today. Like this is real. So before lunch today, I'm prospecting these people. What if somebody comes in right now and distracts me? Like how focused were you that your daily activity, whatever that was, you didn't deviate from? I don't know. Speak on that lines right there, daily activity.
You just showed you have your list. You know what you got to accomplish for the day. And not every day did that checklist just pop right off in the order that I wanted to get it done. Life happens. Things come up. Don't remove them from your list. If it was scheduled at 11 and now 11 o'clock had to get bumped, now it's 2 o'clock and you have that time slot, well, that's where it happens today. And be okay with it. If you procrastinated and even kicked it to the side because I didn't want to do that today, sooner or later that bigger goal is going to come into your mind, and you have to say, okay, I need to do this. I don't want to today, but I need to. So, and then once it starts to build up daily, every day, you start sticking to checking off that list, maybe not in the right order. It becomes a habit. And then now it's just part of the day, and you get them done, and you don't beat yourself up because it didn't happen in order or it didn't happen at the right time, but you did get it done, or you modified it to do part of it at a different time. I had to become okay with modifying that schedule. But just at the end of the day, I got it done. Doesn't matter how I got it done. I got it done. Tomorrow's a new day. I'll try to be better. I'll try to be more focused. Back to that mental game. You got to track.
Lance, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, I can apply that even, looking at my business of I have this mental thing in my of sharing the product, sharing the opportunity of what we got, like building for events, attending events. And every day I'm focused on that. And I got like a goal, like I want to do 5, 5, 1, 1. I got this goal. And I want to tell you, if you're really, really mentally focused, man, before you go to bed, if you're missing one, you'll find somebody to go talk to, right? It'll just happen. So are you putting it in front of your eyes and having that checklist, that list that you're going through the day with to keep you on track? Lance, that's huge. Consistency. We've got just a few minutes. I got two more. I got this and one more for you, but consistency through your process. What did you see?
we can go right back to daily activity. If you're if your daily activity, if you make it a priority today, tomorrow, you become consistent, and consistency is important, even if it's a small bite, even if it's, it doesn't have, you don't have to accomplish the goal, the main goal today, but every day I need to do something that I did yesterday, and I need to do it a little bit better. I need to learn from it. And, the opposite of consistency kind of is an addict. My grandfather was an alcoholic, but he was consistent about cracking that beer every day and starting his day with a beer. He was consistent, and I don't know if he accomplished the goal, but he became something by being consistent. So consistency is very important. And if you're doing the positive things, it'll create something great.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I was just thinking some of the things come to mind for me is what you focus on expands. So that mental focus, it expands. And then also if we string little wins together, it keeps us in that consistent manner. It keeps us wanting to be consistent. I think about it. I'm personally on a health journey right now to transform my body. And it's the little stringing wins together. It's the little, it's the half a pound. It's noticing something in the gym that looks a little bit different. You all know what I'm talking about. So thank you for that. Last question as we end. What about community support? Surrounding yourself with positive people like that are supportive.
That's a key, because it creates accountability. Again, your mental game is only as strong as what you're telling yourself. So I put it out there 2 years ago. I'm running Ironman, and I failed. I say failed. I didn't complete the task that day. And then I came right back out and said, I'm doing it again. And there were a lot of my friends that came out and was like, dude, I would have never put that on social media. But I had a support group. I created a support group that when I accomplished the goal, if you would have met me Thursday night and I said, hey, I'm running an Ironman Saturday, you're not invested. I put this on social media and created this community that supported me. And then I felt like I couldn't let y'all down. I needed to accomplish this. That was holding me accountable to show up and work, to show up and do the things that I needed to do and train. And community support is awesome when you do hit your goal and you complete it and everybody comes in and thanks you. It's an awesome feeling. But if nobody knows, if you don't build that community, if nobody knows about it, when you achieve the goal, oh, congratulations. What is that again? So same thing with our business with the Catalyst Club. We got to let people know what we're doing.
Lance, that is awesome as we end. That's like the icing on the cake. Community support is so huge. And I think back 2.5 years ago when we set this into motion, this coach's corner, it was like, could we share for 15 minutes a day and really form a community? And then as I watched you run the Ironman and do the Ironman, and I watched all the Coach's Corner community having the out, like watching it, tracking you, following you, congratulating you, sending you text, even though you didn't have your phone on you. I'm like, seeing you on Facebook, I'm like, that's what it's about. People supporting people for the greater good. And so many great lessons taken away from that. So guys, we appreciate you. We love you. We're grateful for you, Lance. Congratulations again. Maybe we give him some love in the comments one last time. And thanks for being on here today. He's got the Ironman Florida on. Thanks for the nuggets today, Lance. Have a great day. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
Thank you, Lance.
Y'all have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Right on time.
Have a great day.